Oh yeah, here we are, baby. uh,
Yay! Nice to be here, my friend. Thank you so much for having me.
yes, we have a very special guest today, man. I love every time you come on. We always talk so much. Please introduce yourselves for those who don't know you, and we'll
Sure.
go from there.
I'm an independent artist, and my name is Helena. And I have a new song that is coming out in just 2 days. So I'm
Yeah,
super excited, like uber excited about it. Every time a new song gets to coming to the world, I'm like, my smile is up to here.
yeah. Well, I know, like you put so much passion and love and time into your music. Well, to finally have this one, I know you've been working on this one a bit. It's been very trying for you. What does that feel like to finally 2 days away to have it come finally out and you can start with the
it
other music that I know you do, right?
It feels great. It feels great to always work towards something. Um, well, I have to say that the bad thing with me is that it can take me a while to finish one song. You know,
Hmm.
I would ideally, I would like to work a little bit faster and finish what I do, because sometimes I think that I'm taking things too seriously, and then I'm like, oh, I might die tomorrow. So I try to remind myself that life is to be celebrated, is to be enjoyed, and we shouldn't really we shouldn't be, I feel, in my opinion, um, like super duper obsessed over the little details, or, let's get it out,
Yeah,
let it
it's
be. But I am super excited for this new song. I am also working on an EP right now and a full album, so there is a lot going on at the same time. But my focus this Friday is just going to be the song and sharing it with all of my friends and my fans and the world. And I'm just very
no,
happy.
I'm real excited when I got the email and then seen the post. I'd already jumped on pre-saved, and the great part is I'm this last show for the week. I'm on vacation after today, so I'm going out to BC to visit a very good close friend of mine. So her and I will be able to listen to the song as
Ooh.
soon as it comes out. I'll be there to like introduce her into your music as well now, right? So I'm excited.
Oh, that's amazing. Please let me know what you think. Please
Oh
give me
yes,
your opinion after you've listened. Send me a message and let me know what you think.
we'll send you a video review,
Yes.
right?
Write a review
But
about it. Yes, whatever you
yeah.
want.
So yeah, no problem. So with you just had released not long ago as well, Game Over, and it's a little bit of a different style for you, no? Like
Yes.
how was that? Like you just you seem to be able to pull and work with almost all genres. It's a very weird but very unique thing to be able to do. So I always wanted to ask you since they came out with Game Over. How did you? Where did that even come from? You know,
Well, that song, I mean,
it's a very fun song. I love the video. Like,
I love I love the song. I love the video. I still jump around and dance whenever I hear it. Honestly, the good thing is that I really love my music. There is no
mm,
recipe behind it. There is no specific plan, apart from I really want to like the song. I really want to enjoy the song. So with Game Over, this song changed throughout the years because I wrote it. Oh my God, I don't even remember. It must have been like a decade ago, honestly.
yeah. I know a
So
lot of my songs are getting up to like 10, 20 years old. You know what
it's
I mean? So
crazy. It's crazy. And The thing is that I really tried to make the song what I thought it should be. Like I
Like
tried to
when you first started, right? Like,
yes. So I tried to make it a rock song. I tried to make it a an acoustic rock ballad. Um, Nothing worked. So then I just, let it breathe and left it aside for many years. And then in 2021, I listened to the idea and I thought, no, this song is just something is not working with the song. It's not good. And and then I thought, why don't I try to speed it up a little bit? Because it was too
hmm
slow. It's just not. It wasn't working. As soon as is it sped? I don't know, sped it up. Right?
yeah,
uh,
that sounds right.
it worked. And I was like, okay, this song wants to be a dance pop song. So, as I said, I'm working for the song, I don't want to put myself in a box and pigeonhole myself and say, no, you're only doing dance pop or you're only doing
Yeah,
dream. I'm there for the song. I just want to facilitate that, and Game Over worked as a dance pop song. Now, the new song, Virgin Mary Syndrome, will be different again. And it's a dark electro pop song.
oh, you just accumulate music out of you, like no matter whether it's rock. Like the more I dive into your music, the more I see how diverse you really are as a musician and as an artist, man. And it's fantastic. It's been quite the journey just on your music alone,
Oh, thank you.
So this one's going to be the dark, going back a little bit in time to a darker place, I guess. When how
Yeah.
long have you been sitting on this song for?
Oh my God. You really want to know? I think about 4 months.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually very good, right?
For a song that is super minimal, there are no guitars,
hmm
just the bass, a beat, and my voice. It's a long
hmm
time for a song.
Yeah.
So I'm always giving, my best, and my collaborators as well. I'm so thankful to them. Thomas Miller and Raymond Ray van Melzen, my Dutch guy, who yeah, he's amazing. I mean, he's so sometimes I really feel like the people I work with are gonna start swearing at me or something. They're gonna like, just get out of my face. But they're so patient and they understand the process. And I'm very lucky. I'm super lucky to have good people. First of all, good people, and secondly, super talented people around me.
I was gonna
So
say, even with good people, if they're not professional, it doesn't matter in that sense. So to have that musician side and have that professional side with you as well, but also to be able almost become family in that sense, right? Like,
that is right. That is right. And um the same thing is for me with the fans. Like I feel like we are a family. I feel like they're my friends. We
mm,
are friends. We are a community. Otherwise, honestly, without them, it would just be too boring for me writing music, and it wouldn't be that exciting. Sharing with whom, sharing
mm.
music. Someone else who wants to listen to your music. So
Yeah,
I'm very lucky.
no, man, it's I gotta say, yeah, music is quite the how would you say barrier breaker. You can go anywhere in the world and just show someone a song, and then they'll either like it or not, but you'll know right away. It's almost instantly you know whether they like it or not, and then that finds your common ground no matter where you are. Oh yeah, here's another, and then like you're all the way in Greece right now. You know what I mean? So, and I'm sitting here in Ontario at the moment till tomorrow. Then I'm out,
Amazing.
baby. Yeah. So
Oh my
it
God, we're
is.
so we're so far away, but it doesn't feel like it at all.
No, right? And that instant communication in that sense nowadays. Like with the music, would you have kept with the music after all these years if, say, internet didn't happen and you had to go and just hope people were listening to you, passing tapes out and pushing through that darkness? It would be pretty. I couldn't imagine trying to do this show without the internet. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. You know what? I don't really know. I can only imagine that it would be much harder without the internet
mm-hmm,
because I'm not, I mean, I haven't been touring or anything like that. I'm more of a recording artist. Yes, I've done shows.
mm-hmm,
I will be doing shows from time to time. But to be honest with you, I do not like being away from my home for like months and months. I
mm-hmm,
don't enjoy that thought at all. Um, I love being in the studio. I love hanging out with my fans and stuff. But I think if it wasn't for the internet, it would be super tough for me. I think the internet
mm-hmm.
gave independent musicians the opportunity to make a living out of what they do.
I was gonna say, as the independent side of the business, like without these outlets in that sense, you wouldn't even have a chance. You know, like you would be like, I imagine you would still play music and stuff, but you wouldn't be pushing it. You know, like you wouldn't be putting the same amount of effort as we do today into what we do, right?
Yes, because of course I love writing music and I would still be doing it as you said, but I would be doing it just for myself whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, you're sitting at home, finish the dishes, play out a riff on the piano, or throw on that beat, dance and sing,
Yeah,
right?
and it would be pretty miserable to be honest. Thinking about it,
Yeah.
I think I would be pretty miserable. Now I have people who push me. I feel like, people expect, not in a bad way, but they expect the new thing. They're supporting me. They need to listen to something new. I need to keep working, and this is what I
hmm
need in order to push myself to give music to them, otherwise I think, yeah, just doing it for yourself, it has to be bigger than you. Otherwise you just don't do it as well, or you just don't do it.
hmm
No.
Yeah, for sure, right? Like, yeah, I always kept up with the guitar over the years, but it wasn't until the last couple of years when I started doing this, like getting deeper and better into the music. It totally revived me wanting to release my single and get the video made. So when I get back from vacation, I will have a video in the process. It'll probably take about a week to finish up, and then we'll be releasing my first single myself. So
That is amazing. Oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear and maybe do a Nirvana cover as well, since you're wearing it.
ooh, that could be something you and I could work on for sure. You know, like when I first started playing guitar, it was Nirvana. I knew every single Nirvana tune ever. Now I'm a little rusty. It would take me a minute, but uh, that's how I found you. Your music came across, and it was a cover of Heart Shaped Box, and that's I had to wear my Nirvana shirt because our
Oh,
connection comes through Nirvana. You know what I
yes.
mean? Like a whole different genre of music that either of us we don't. Well, I kind of play it, but not really. You know, like I'm more of the heavier, darker side of the music in that sense. But and you always bring that happy vibe, that pop. Sometimes you go a little
Well,
dark, but
yeah, I think it might sound light and poppy, and yeah, let's dance to this music, but underneath there is always something dark about it. And I think
mm-hmm,
the reason why is because I grew up with that kind of music. I mean, my childhood was not the happiest. Of course, I have happy memories as well, but
oh
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
tough. And listening to metal and Nirvana and stuff that stayed with me. So whenever I'm making music, even though it's a different genre, there is always a hint of what I've listen to and who I am.
Yeah.
I think I'm a rock chick, to be honest. And I think it's in the music, even though Game Over was,
Yeah.
dance and
But it's about the attitude as well. You
there was
present that rocker chick vibe like from the first time we talked, like right away. You could tell. And then yeah, when I heard Game Over, I was like, holy. But you still bring that rocker vibe to it though. Like so, it's
yes,
definitely seated deep within inside of us for sure from an early
yes.
age from when you first hear it, right? So
I am so glad it is like it's the best band in the world. So
mm,
um
yeah,
completely obsessed with Nirvana. I don't think people have been telling me, "Oh, how can you listen to the same things you were listening to when you were 12?" I'm like, this will
because
never
it's good.
it will never change. I will always be listening to Nirvana. Like there is no
hmm
way. No way. It's in my heart, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's the same for you, right? I mean, you're wearing the
Oh, I
t-shirt.
know. Hollywood went out of her way to get me the shirt a couple months ago or something like that. Not too long. It might have been for my birthday. She was like, "I know you fucking, So here, bam,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
But
Yes.
yeah, like you can put on any Nirvana song. I pull it out one as soon as I hear the first note. Boom, Nirvana lyrics instantly come to my head. I can sing and dance and play them like just
Yes.
can. It's just hard to explain it.
Yes. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's
Mhm.
we're so lucky to have listened to this music when we were, you know, very young because we're still
Yeah.
young. I'm saying very young.
Mm. We'll be young forever. That's the great thing about being us right now. We'll be young forever.
Well, young at heart for sure.
Yeah, 100%, right? I'm slowly falling apart, but I'm getting better. I've been taking vitamins now. I'm getting to that age, right? Like, fuck, I
You
better
should
start
stop
taking some.
smoking, man. You should stop
I
smoking.
know that's going to be this week while I'm on vacation. I can't really smoke where I'm going, so that's going to help out huge, right? But I
Yeah,
have recently stopped drinking for the last few months, so I'm already one step ahead of that game.
it's
I'll still have a
amazing.
beer or so, but not like before where it was like every day case of beer. Fucking
Oh, every day. That's a lot. That's a lot. So well
yeah,
done. Oh,
yeah.
well
I
done.
did right after Halloween there last year. I stopped drinking. November, December, didn't drink. New Year's, and then a couple times we were down in the studio doing the radio gig. Couple beers, probably had a few too many, but I've been really contained in that actually. And a
Well,
lot of
keep it
it's
up.
come down to the like having that music there all the time. Oh shit, fucking
Keep it
keeping
up.
my mind occupied in that sense, away from that habit of now it's smoking. Now I smoke even more that I don't drink. So
Yes, I get it. And it's, as you said, it's a habit. So you have
mhm.
to do something else that becomes a habit in order not to go back to that habit. It's the same with me and smoking because I was smoking for 13 years, I think.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
honestly, whenever I think about my partner, he used to smoke as well. So we stopped together, I think within 2 weeks apart. And
Yeah.
I was smoking for 13 years and he was smoking for like six, maybe. Anyways, the thing is, even now, years later, whenever we see someone who smokes and they're close to us, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I still love the smell of a rolly, right? And he's
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, that it smells terrible. It's so horrible." I'm like, no, it's like I don't
It
know,
takes me back to my
rosy
childhood. I
around.
used to roll cigarettes for my uncles and my dad and them when we were kids. That was here, roll some smokes for the day. And we'd all sit down and roll up the tobacco for them. You know what I mean? And you'd be out working in the field on the farm and shit. And smoke
Yes,
break was when you got a break. Even when
yeah,
I started in construction, they're like, "You don't smoke, you can't get break. no break for you. It's like, no, I smoke now, but I smoke break, right? Like they were,
Oof,
the, yeah, it was a pretty
that's
brutal company when I first started into work, right? So,
yeah, that's really terrible. It seems to me like, you know, sometimes doing the right thing is very hard, is very tough.
mm,
And I hate to see that bad habits get support from people.
no,
When you
right? Like,
do something good, there, people can be like, "Oh, just drink a little bit. It's fine. Come on." No,
yeah.
they support you. They should support you into not drinking. They should be like, "Oh, you're not. That's amazing, man. Get
Oh,
away from
yeah,
me. I'm
yeah,
drinking. You
yeah.
see me drinking," and they should support that instead of, come on, like, smoke
Mhm.
a bit. I mean, we only live once, and
Well,
the
yeah,
crap
I
that
learned
we're hearing.
real quick who, like, now that I've like stopped drinking, and then learned real quick who the people were that were going to still be around you regardless what you do. You know what I mean? Some people won't even, they don't even invite you over anymore if you're not drinking with them. It's like, oh,
Mm.
well, maybe we both had a problem. Maybe we both should stop drinking, but they never see it that way. But you never do when you're in that cloud, right?
Yeah, but even in general, you see
Hmm.
society sometimes it supports and boosts these bad habits, and people get the wrong idea about what makes someone, how can I say this in order not to sound patronizing or wrong, or um, especially when we were adults.
Yeah,
I remember myself, like, in order to feel like I was cool, and I had to wear a specific type of top or shoes, or to do specific things that weren't necessarily good for
they didn't
me,
mean, yeah, yeah.
to feel like, oh, I'm cool. Why, having your almond milk in the morning and
Well, yeah.
meditating and doing your yoga, why isn't this cool? This should be cool,
Mm. It's
but we
definitely
don't.
more healthier for you on a like even just stop drinking. How much better I feel in the mornings. How much more energy I have every day. My
Yes.
memory was always been a problem since I was a kid with some injuries, and then side effects of the chemo was a lot of memory loss and shit. I can't believe how many years were just a blur because of the booze. It's like, fuck, I don't remember doing that. What are you
Yeah,
talking about? I didn't say that. Yeah, you fucking did. Oh shit. But like how
I
much
know.
more clarity I have, and even to make rational, normal decisions during the day. I'm not in this cloud that I noticed I was in because it was almost like an alcohol haze. Even days where I didn't drink till that night, I was still just in this zombie mode of get me more booze. That was all. It almost
Yes,
consumes you in a sense.
it does. It does. And I've seen it firsthand, in my family, and it can turn you into a monster, honestly. It
Hmm.
can completely destroy your soul. And I've seen it, and I've seen it, I've experienced it. So it's not that I'm, speaking up my ass. It
Yeah.
is that. And
Yeah,
um
I've seen a lot of friends go down the hole, never come back, and ran into some old friends in the last couple of years. They're still doing the same shit. It's like, holy fuck, like, wow, I can't believe you're
yeah,
still alive. You know what I mean? Like,
it is very tricky, especially, because most people, they start at a very young age and it becomes a habit. It's so tough to stop, but it's easy if you easy up your identity, right? And how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself. Um, but yeah, I feel like society should um, boost more the good habits, and this
mm,
is actually what something I'm trying to do with this new song, which is about, being your true self and not having to be someone that society wants you to be because you will be cool if you are this.
Yeah. Or you get into this bar because of this, or you get into that club because of this, right?
Yes, yes, it's hard to, it's challenging to be yourself and feel free to be yourself, and especially when you see people in your own family, your friends are judging you, and as soon as you do something that is not very
Hmm.
comfortable for them, they're like, oh no, you know.
Yeah. Like I was a bit of a wild card growing up, but like when I got in, when I moved back to Canada and I'd go back south to visit my family and shit, my cousin wouldn't even come out to lunch with me. And it's like cocaine's and hookers is not going to appear out of the table because you're going to have lunch with me, bud. Like that's all I want to do, you know? But they had that stigma of judging you for what you were doing at the time, you know, and it stuck. Doesn't matter. I could be sober for 20 years, and I guarantee he still will not go out and have lunch with me because he'll think cocaine and hookers will come out from under the table.
Oh my
Party
god.
time, right? You know.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's I think this song is a celebration, even though it's a little, again, on the dark side. To
Mhm.
me, it's a reminder that we have to keep striving to be ourselves and to be happy within ourselves. Of course, every day is challenging and not everything is like, yeah, every day you're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
every day and the seventh heaven. We have real problems on this earth, of course, but you know as
You
I
can't really help anybody else until you help yourself, and you know. So.
that is so true. That is so, so true. And I was seeing myself as a victim for so many years, like because of my childhood. I was like, oh, because of this, I'm now that. And it just
Mhm.
wasn't working, You're not doing, you're not letting yourself
Well,
to
it's
shine and be
yeah.
the beautiful being you are, because I believe that each and every one of us is very unique and beautiful in their own way, in our own way, and we should celebrate that. We shouldn't feel bad about ourselves if we are not doing something harmful to others, right? Like,
Mhm.
if you want to go out and you want to wear a wig and a, I don't know, like whatever you can think of, who 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 is anyone to judge
No,
that person? I see it happening a lot. I see it happening a lot that people judge
instantly.
people.
And because of your one opinion or say your one comment, you're now a thousand things over in this category for some reason, even though, you know, you agree with this, but you don't agree with what that says. But no one wants to sit and have that conversation. They just want to tell you how you're wrong. You know, you're on the wrong team.
Yes, we judge very fast, and I understand why this is happening, because our mind needs to make sense of that thing, who that person is. Right
Hmm.
away, is this a friend or a foe? It's a survival thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but then again, we have that second level of thinking, right? So this first level is that, and then the second level is, we have to ask ourselves, why am I judging this person? Is this true?
Hmm.
So, not that I do this every time. We're all human beings. We make mistakes, but we have to try, because, yeah, because each and every one of us is very unique, and we should be proud of that and not feel like we have to look a specific way or sound a specific way in order to fit in, or dress in a specific way as they do
Hmm.
in jobs sometimes. And anyways, it's we have a long way to go. um so I hope this song helps, even a little bit, and it inspires people who need the inspiration to just be free.
To start those new habits or those new thoughts, getting out of that hole in that sense, regardless what it is, right? Like some people just are sad, you know, and but that music, I know I was sad for a long time, and then the music brought me out of that, you know.
Yeah, I
It
mean
just,
the
it's,
music.
yeah, I'm
It's
almost at a loss for words.
that,
Both of
and
us and so many others, you know. And that's another great thing with music is that it shows you you're not alone, especially when you're at live shows or you're at, say, the club, you know, and that song comes on and everybody's in that zone with that song, and like you're all in the same zone at that moment. There is no difference between you at that moment, right? So
yes, you come together and you feel the energy in the room as well. There's something bigger
mhm.
than you. um, and you all become one in the sense. It's amazing, and I've seen it in Lacuna Coil shows. I mean, the fans of Lacuna Coil, I love so much. I think we have so much in common, and I see, because I've been to many shows, I
Yeah,
see how they all like come together, and they're family, they're good friends, and it's just lovely, lovely, lovely to see that, and
yeah.
such a blessing to have that in your life, you know.
Everywhere I go, especially like going to BC, there's a punk show on the 8th, so we're going to that now. Like I always try to catch the local act or go see local music. Even the very first band I ever interviewed when I turned the Boneyard into a music channel instead of the other stuff I was doing, when I got down to my campsite in Tucson, Arizona, it turns out there was like a bar and a restaurant on the campground, and they had live music that night. So I went down and ended up talking to this couple who I still talk to this day, and we met
Oh,
because of the music. You know, they happened to
yeah.
stumble in, and we got shooting the shit. They're like, "Oh, there's a band in like 20 minutes. Stay and wait, man." So we sat, we drank. Back when I was drinking a lot still, right? And what a great time! But we met because of the music, and the only reason why I was down there was because of the music. You know, like
Yes.
so.
And that is more than enough, you know.
Hmm.
If you drink or not drinking, or if you smoke or not,
Hmm.
shouldn't be a reason why somebody should hang out with someone else or
Yeah.
not, in my opinion. Like
No,
the
I'm even like growing up. Oh, why would you hang or talk to that guy? He's a junkie. It's like, well, he's not high all the time. You know what I mean? Like he is a decent person. He just has a
Yes.
problem. That's all. We all
Yeah,
have those problems. You know, might not be.
it's
You know, it could be as easy as biting your nails. I fucking personally can't stand people, but I work construction. My hands are dirty as fuck. I don't like, "Ugh," but I'm not gonna talk to you or hang out because you bite your nails. You know,
you buy it.
like
Yes. No, that makes sense. Oh, I wanted to say something, but I think I forgot about
oh,
it
I'll tell you. I got unicorn slippers. You know what I mean? Like,
now. I love
who am I to
it.
judge anybody,
I
right?
want. I need. I need. Oh my
You know what
God.
we'll do? We'll get you a pair, and I'll get the boneyard engraved on the side for you, and we'll send it your
Yes.
way.
Oh my God. They're amazing. Oh, I love things like that. I love it.
I have I was actually specifically told when I come, I have a unicorn onesie too. So I was that was one of the only things they said I had to bring was my onesie, right? So I was like, it's coming, don't worry, right?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's
uh,
amazing. Oh, such.
so I know
Go on.
you're concentrating on the release date here, 2 days away. Do you have you even thought about what your next little project will be, or are you just waiting patiently 2 days and then give it a few weeks, or and then work on something, or what's happening there?
Well, the thing is, as soon as I finish something, even if it's not released yet, I have the need to start something else. Because if
Mm,
I don't do that, it turns out I've got an anticlimax and I feel like shit. So I
yeah,
have to start working on something else. So I'm always just working towards something, you know.
Yeah,
Mm,
expanding, always on the move in that sense, always keeping your mind active. And in the industry, this is one of the industries, like one of the only industries in the world other than the stock market, where if you miss a day or two, it could be over. Like our rent's
right.
due every day as a musician. So
Yeah, yeah, it's a marathon and it's a way of living. And just, being an artist, for me, making my life an art was my goal. I remember when I
mhm,
went to this very, very famous acting school in Brixton in London. And the first day, the teacher was asking us what we want to do with our lives. And I said, well, I want to turn my life into an art form. That's my goal. And he was
mhm,
like, yeah, right. Like, you're asking too much, basically, which is not,
yeah,
it's not a good thing for a teacher to say, not at all. But anyway, apart from that, um, the song is coming out in 2 days. And as I said, I'm working towards an EP release and also, towards the full album. But I'm not setting any deadlines. I've tried
yeah.
that in the past. It doesn't work for me. It works for a lot of people, but not for me.
I
So,
find, yeah, with myself, if I have a deadline, I'll wait till the last day to finally do something. Oh shit! But if there's no deadline, I'll work on it right away. I'm on it. You know what I mean? Oh, no rush. Okay, I'll have it done tomorrow. Boom. But as soon as you're like 2 weeks from now, we need this done. I don't even do shit till the day up. Oh, better do it. Yeah.
yeah, it works very differently, with different people. I see that some people need that deadline in order to
Hmm.
finish something and for them to be focused and to keep working on something. But for me as well, I'm like you. I work, well, almost every day. Every day I work on music and I do something. So I don't think that I need to set up a deadline so I
Hmm.
can do this, because I know that I will when the time is right for
It's
me.
correct. Yeah. Like we're branching out, trying to get more into the radio side of things. So we've done the Backbone Hour with BG. We're on a couple stations. But I like it so much. It's kind of like another extension of here where I can now play your guys' music on the radio. But as
Woohoo!
soon as I did that, my brain just fired, and now I've got like three other radio projects. With, like you said, I didn't give myself a deadline because I want them to be proper, but it'll be a more in-depth look into the artist. So we'll do an hour special on one artist, play their music,
That's
talk about
amazing.
them and stuff. And I've had you on the show a bunch, but so I would have lots to say in between music, but it would be cool to get a phone call in, you know what I mean? And then actually talk, play a song, get you in for 10, 15 minutes. And that's another
Yes.
side. Plus now we're setting up shows and booking shows. We're a part of five or six festivals this year where we've helped bring in the bands and organize everything, right?
So, a lot of my fans in the US and friends, they're like, when are you coming to the US? Because I've never,
Right?
apart from South by Southwest that I played in 2013, I've never
Mm-hmm.
been in the US to play a show. And I really want to do it because I really want to be back in America. I think
Mm-hmm.
such a beautiful country. So we should keep this in
What?
mind because
Uh, I'll throw this to you right now. What do you think about November 12th and the 11th to go to Applewood, California?
I think I will be packing my swimming suit right now.
Right? Because yeah, we're hosting the show down there now. It got kind of, I threw it out there in the group chat. Buddy reached right out to me, sent me over to another dude. Next thing I know, we've got 10, or I think 10 artists on the bill. 2 days booked. We've got the bar already arranged, and we do have room. I would definitely make room for you if you flew over here,
We
you
have
and
to
the
do
old man,
that.
and
Yes,
set you
yes.
up with a place, right?
I,
We'll
if
we'll
we can
talk more
do
behind the stage for that for sure.
if we can do this, it would be such a, I don't know, I think it would bring me so much happiness. Honestly, I've
Hmm.
been wanting, I have this friend who's in New Jersey, and I
Oh, it's
think
like a
in
hop, skip, and a jump from me here. It's like a couple hours, I think,
a couple
to
of hours.
Jersey.
That's
Yeah.
cool. But we've been saying, I've been telling him every year, I will try and come this year. I'll try and visit the US this year. And it hasn't happened because happens, life happens, and another project happens, and another project
Hmm.
happens, and then maybe you've got money problems or you have to move. And anyway, life happens.
Yeah,
We're
life happens, right? Like,
Yes. So I think it's going to be good to do this soon, as soon as
yeah.
possible.
Well, we'll be in touch about it. I know when this one goes off, I'm pretty sure we're going to be sold out here in no time on that show. So it will be a continuous partnership with the bar. So even if you can't make November, we can always arrange something else and bring in other artists to have play with you and everything, and we'll make
Well,
something happen for you then.
yes, please let me know. I mean, for November, let's talk about
I'll
it.
I'll, I'll
Let's talk.
send you all the details after the show, and we'll work something out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's
Oh,
going to be exciting. Yeah, I'm bringing down Sapphire Rain. Andrew Joseph's on the stage, shifting through the ashes. So I did get a metal band on board. There's a bunch of local hip hop coming, and then Buddy's sending me the list of the rest of the bands today. So
okay.
we'll definitely talk for sure because we have 2 full days of the stage and the bar for the facility. So I'm pretty sure we can work you in there, no problem.
I'll tell Mike, my assistant. Probably you've talked with Mike before many times, right? Have you took?
Hmm.
I have.
I think so. I know you and I talk a lot direct. So I maybe in the beginning I talked to him quite a few
Yeah, I
times.
think sometimes he replies to an email, and
Oh,
things.
okay.
But what did I want to say? That he will be so excited. I know that
Mm.
he's watching this right now, and I
Shout
know.
out to him, right?
Hello, Mike. So I think he's gonna drop me a message after, like, when are we going to California?
Right. So yeah, I'll get the address and the details over to you. The two guys that I'm working with setting it up and that, so you can check them out. Make sure I know they're Dangerous Doug. I've known him for a while. He works with RFL Records, does a bunch of production and stage shows and shit throughout the Midwest or the West Coast of the U.S. Right.
Mhm,
Then he's
mhm.
got Sam. Big shout out to her. She's down in Florida on the other side of RFL Records. So I've been trying to get something set up in Florida for a little while now, but fuck, what a pain in the ass it is, man. To be like the promoter and the septic gigs and the book. But
Yeah.
I've been training that my whole like I've been traveling and booking flights and hotels like for 20 years. I've been traveling, so I've gotten very good at it. So to set something up pretty quick, not a problem on my end. It's getting the venue to agree to the terms, because I try to make it the artists, they sell their merch, they get all that money. Now I do donations at the door, which that way it goes right directly to the artist again.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
then,
That's
yeah.
great. Oh my God, I remember
Well, the
those.
bar's already making money on the people through the booze and through the food they're going to sell because I like to kind of do a full day because then people are there all day spending money for the bar, right? They've got to buy lunch or dinner, snacks, right? That
Well,
way
then,
the artist gets to keep all the other proceeds, like on the door tickets or like the donations at the door, all the merch you sell, you keep all that money, right?
it sounds fair to me. I mean, what you say right now. I remember the pay to play days in London
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't
Yeah.
enjoy. So
Well,
yeah, I
with
did it.
with
I'm
us,
glad I did it. I'm glad I did
yeah.
it because those.
Then we negotiate the pay plus the room, especially with you flying out of town, right? Like when Sapphire Rain comes up to do our July here festival here in July, which is coming up really quick, sold out instantly.
Oh,
But
that's
we're covering her flight because she's only in Indianapolis. We're covering her food, her place to stay, and then if she sells merch, she keeps it. and then we probably will have a little envelope of cash for her because the other bands are local, so they are getting paid. So I always try to work a specific deal out which works best for that band. So
Yes.
if they only want food and booze, here you go, man, play. But some bands don't want none of that, like you said. Some I'm finding a lot of people becoming sober in the music industry since I've been doing the show. It's not all sex, drugs, and rock and roll anymore.
No,
You know.
thankfully not. Thankfully not. I see a lot of rock artists that, are not supporting that lifestyle
Hmm.
anymore, and they eat well and go to the
Yeah.
gym and show
Well,
love
there's
and affection.
one of the local stations. I can't remember which one it is on the radio. They have a little bit, and it's called Rock Bottom, brought to you by alcohol. And then they'll pull out like a big star, like Alice Cooper, for example, on how he got silver and been silver since like 1982 or something like that.
Oh my.
It's pretty wild. I almost kind of want to like do something like that, but I don't want to copy someone's idea in that sense. But it would be
Crazy.
helpful for me too to go in and see all these people and the recoveries and stuff. And I imagine it would help a lot of other people as well, right? So,
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
but get
Definitely.
back, yeah, I always try to make sure the artists is paid, their food's covered, whatever kind of deal we can strike. Like if they're silver, then take the money. Then instead of buying you booze, I'll just give you that money, and then you do whatever with it, right? But yeah, a
Exactly.
lot of bands nowadays being silver or in the process of getting silver, they just take the cash and reinvest it in their music. And then next thing
Yeah.
you know, we have another album because they got paid what they were supposed to while they were playing their music.
Yes, that is very important as well. The artist you support,
Hmm.
to know that the money you invested in that artist is not going down the
Yeah,
drain, is not going to, I mean, to drink once in a while, okay, but if that
yeah,
person, that your money's going to booze every day, okay, not
yeah,
good.
yeah. Like
I
it's expensive to go on tour, even if you do say across Ontario. Ontario's fucking huge. You can 24 hours from one end to the other. So
What's that?
like,
Sorry, say that again.
oh, Ontario, like even to do an Ontario tour, it's very expensive. Like you have your fuel, your hotels, your food. If you do like to drink, that adds up real quick.
Yeah.
So by the time they do get paid and finish the tour, they're lucky to break even. And
Oh
that's,
my,
you know,
yeah, that's not great. That's not great. And it's not,
hmm
as I said, it's better to just invest back in your music, and
hmm
especially as an independent artist who, you know, the people are the label. Like you don't
yeah,
have rich parents, or you don't have a label investing to or
yeah.
money, whatever.
Tom McDonald is a huge example as an independent artist now. He's blowing people out of the water. Like, and it's just him and his family. He's made number one first rap artist to hit number one on a pop chart independently. So
That is crazy. Oh
it,
my God.
Imperial Age, we just had them on not long ago. Completely independent band, crowd funded, but yet they're still very successful without signing away their soul, as I say, because that's where these
And
deadlines. Oh, you sign in, and now you got to write 4 albums in 3 years. You got to do
yeah,
300 days of touring each year.
yeah,
That's not
you
fun,
know,
man. That's not what music's about, right?
yeah, I mean that sounds really bad, but I don't know if every deal is the same, or I'm pretty sure, I'm I'm sure there will be labels that really care about the artists, and
Oh
people who
yeah.
these labels that want to do the right thing, and they just take care of their artists.
Once again, that it almost falls back onto the independent scene. People like myself and others, inner demon media. Then we just had Kelly Burtz. I always pronounce her last name wrong. She's doing amazing work for like underground, not underground, but like amazing work out west with bands and musics and doing the festivals and helping the bands and not thinking about ourselves in that sense. Like I'm not
Mm.
looking at it like, what am I going to get out of this? Really,
Yeah.
I want a free concert ticket to hang out backstage with you.
Well,
That's it.
you
you
know,
know.
I think in most cases, at least, when you do something, you're getting something back. So it's I don't see it as a bad thing to get
hmm
something back,
No,
but and that's healthy, right? That's a healthy relationship. If
but
you just
I was going
give,
to say you can't always give, right? You always have to get
if
some
you just
feedback,
take, I mean, there has to
mhm,
be a give and take situation for the relationship, any kind of relationship, to be healthy, and there has
mhm,
to be a balance with that. Um, but I think nowadays there are the artists, they know much more about the business. We are much more
more educated.
educated about it, reading
Yeah.
how things work, what the manager does and how the label works and how the performing rights society works and
Because
how the
yeah,
price.
they could say something, and now you can pull your phone out and Google it instantly. You don't have to go to the library and look up the dual Dewey
Yeah,
Decimal System and shit. Like
yes,
it definitely does make it a lot easier for artists to make that bigger decision. Do I sign with this record
yes,
label? Right?
exactly. This is where I was getting at, that I think artists nowadays, hopefully, they're getting much better deals than in the past, you
hmm
know, just because they're more educated. And we have to be, because I remember for myself when I didn't want anything to do with, marketing and knowing about the
Yeah.
business, I just wanted to write music. But it doesn't
hmm
work like that. Like, you have to be a businessman or a businesswoman in this business. It is a
Yeah.
business. So you have
Oh,
to be
100%.
educated as much as you can. It's tough, but it's worth, it's your art. If you have to do it, you have to do it for your art.
hmm
So yeah, so I'm very, very very happy, very excited, grateful to have people around me who choose to support, because people can find the music out there for free.
yeah. Yeah. Anywhere, right?
And for people to support somebody by being on my coffee page, or getting my CD or whatever, this, to me, it's mind blowing, because it shows that they really want to support when they don't have to support. They
hmm
choose to do it. Music is not
Yeah.
like food, like you have to buy it. You can find it on YouTube for free nowadays. So
Yeah.
I will
Or even
always.
Spotify. It's not like you make millions from Spotify by
Oh
no
my
means,
god,
or right?
it's yeah,
That's a whole different show, different topic entirely, right? But
that is
so
entirely
with
big
that
discussion.
being said, how do we help support you? Where do we find your copies? How do we get into the group chats and help you out?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. So, if somebody wants to help me with a new album and a new EP, all you have to do is go to coffee.com/Helena, I think. Maybe we can post it in the comments later.
Yep.
It's
If
so
you
bad.
send me the links, I can
Yes,
put them right up in the title for everybody, so that it'll
yes.
be right there, and they can watch the interview and then go to your links right
So
after.
the great thing with coffee, the coffee page, is
I
that,
know I love this.
yeah, it's, first of all, I love coffee. it I have a platform that I can share all the demos, all the behind the scenes, without having to post, publicly, or just to keep it for myself. And I see that
Mhm.
there are a lot of people out there that want to be a part of the creative process and to support the artist at the same time. So I just love making this album with these people, because I'm posting things like, what do you think about this demo? What do you think about that demo? What do you think about
Mhm.
these photos, this one or this one for the art cover. So it's, I have my team, my team helping me to bring this to life and make it a reality, from just being an idea in my
Mhm.
mind, to bring it out there. And that's incredible to me. It's mind blowing that these people are helping me to do that. And the other thing that you could do, if you'd like to, is to go to my shop, shophelena.com, and get a limited CD or a vinyl. The vinyl sounds really,
Oh, I was
yeah.
gonna say you have vinyl, man.
Yes,
Ah.
autographed or not. So there are a lot of options.
Oh, 100%. I'll get you to sign it as soon as I get back from vacation.
Ah, thank you so
Speaking of
much.
behind the scenes and people that help out, Hollywood does a lot of stuff for us back behind the stage. So I'll get her to arrange that, and
I'll
we'll get
send
you.
you a gift with it. I'll send you
Yeah.
something.
Oh, I'll be excited. Well,
Yes.
we'll store your address as well. We'll send you a T-shirt, not a Nirvana. We'll send you a Boneyard T-shirt though.
Nice.
Now, on that subject, we are very low and limited. So if you are looking to buy one, the links will be underneath your links, and then that money goes directly back into the show. Right? It
Yes.
gets our cameras, gets our traveling to go see the bands. It helps pay for the bands to play on the stages when we put them on. So it all 100% goes right back into the show.
Amazing. No, that sounds great. That sounds great. And you are such a huge supporter. You are a musician as well. You're such a huge supporter
Yeah.
of the arts. And I saw somebody joined. Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Yeah. There's Kevin
Listening.
there. Big old wave. I can sort of see it. I'm on my phone again. My computer crapped out. So I got a
Ah,
little screen here, and then I use my tablet to see the comments as they come, and then I try to answer
right.
them as they go through. But
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to see the comments after our discussion. But that's
yeah.
incredible. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to send you the song and to
Oh, I can't wait. I've been like just waiting. The countdown is on. you know. And
well,
the great part, I'll be out west with my good friend there, so we'll both be
let's
able to sit
enjoy
down
the
and
vacation. Enjoy your
yeah.
vacation. It's so important to take the time and
hmm I've been
just
so busy. Like I was supposed to be off for the winter, and then ended up doing a lot of like charity work and stuff, and helping out with the company. And then the boneyard's been absolutely chaotic. So like booking these shows, doing this show on top of it, doing the radio, and then everything else we try to do here.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean my vacation time. I might go live a couple times while I'm there, but we have no interviews planned. There's no scheduled time when we're going to go live.
Yeah.
I know 100% I brought all the ingredients. We're going to be making some hot sauce while we're there. So,
Woo!
yeah,
Sounds
I can't
great to
wait.
me. Yeah, definitely.
Right?
When I remember when I was going away, even last year, last year I went on this cruise that was a gift from God. It was, my partner was working on this cruise. He was a technician, and
hmm
I could go with him. Like, it was such a gift, right? And I took with me everything that I need to record on in the cabin. Of course, I didn't
Oh,
record. Come on, I
no.
didn't.
I was going to say, how much time were you even in the cabin?
For like 12 days. But I
Oh,
mean,
that's.
it was, I've never done a cruise before. It was such a new experience. We visited
hmm
so many places. I knew that I'm going to have time off, but still, my self-employed and freelancer mind was like, no, you have to work while you're on there as well. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. And we have to take the time to relax. Like, we have
Yeah.
to clear our mind.
No, it's very hard to, like you said, especially with the when you have that drive or that passion for whatever it is you're doing. Even when they say it takes about 2 weeks to forget about that, like to finally get into vacation mode.
It does. It does take a while to completely relax. I get that. But I
Hmm.
feel like because the work doesn't end, you, I mean, when I say you, I mean we
Yeah,
have
yeah, of
to
course.
consciously say, okay, I'm stopping today and I'll start
Hmm.
again in 5 days. Like 5 days off.
Yeah, like when Hollywood picked me up the night before, my roommate said to me, like you just stare at your phone and your tablet. I'm like, well, I'm sending emails and stuff like, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to use nothing when I go to BC. I'm just my phone will stay in the bag or the apartment for the most part. Other than I thought about buying a camera just so I didn't have to use my phone. I could use a real camera again,
Yes.
you know, just take photos, right? Because
Sounds
as
great.
soon as you pull your camera up, you see 1,000 messages, right? It's like, oh, I better answer these, and you get
I
sucked into
always,
that rabbit hole.
I know. And for that reason, I have my notifications off always, but
Hmm.
still it's hard to not open that damn
Hmm.
uh, app.
Yeah, bloop,
Right?
there it
We
is.
have
It's
to look,
calling you.
you know what I mean? It's a habit. And when it becomes
Yeah.
a habit, it's tough to
Hmm.
break it, but
Like when I went to South
my way
Africa,
around.
I was 6 months without a phone. When my last phone broke there, I said, no more. I'm done with
No.
this shit, right? Yeah. So I went even when I went over there, I still didn't have a phone or anything. But when I got back in my new job, I had to have a phone so they could get a hold of me, right? Any time of day. So like right back into it,
Yeah.
like it
Oh,
never left.
you had 6 months off. That's such a I don't know anybody who's done that. To have 6 months off their phone.
Hmm.
No,
It
no,
it
no.
was amazing. Like I can't.
I can imagine.
I've never felt so good ever in my life. Just not having. It's almost like you become a kid again, carefree. Nobody's
Wow.
bothering you. Nothing to worry about. You're not. Your phone's not vibrating in your pocket, telling you got messages and this
Why?
coming in. Right? Yeah, it's just awesome, baby. But yeah, I just ran everything off my tablet for the show because all I needed was Wi-Fi, and then I just signed into my program here, and then I could still do the show and everything. So really didn't need a phone technically, right? But
Wow.
it really showed me how much time I do stare at my phone, and really makes me notice it now again. Like it's almost like noticing that habit of drinking again. Like, oh, I better stop.
Yeah.
So
Even if
I'm
you
looking.
don't, but even the bad thing with me is that even if I'm not scrolling, let's say I'm only spending 20 minutes on Instagram a day. Okay.
Yeah.
Um the thing is you can do so much on the phone nowadays that you just stay busy all the time.
Hmm.
There will be a podcast to listen to, there will be a video to watch, there will be something to learn,
Yeah.
there will, and the mind never gets bored. My
No.
intention is to really, I want to get bored, to feel
Then.
very uncomfortable
Hmm.
feeling of boredom. We are
Oh, for
doing,
the first 2 weeks without a phone, I was going crazy, right? Like, what am I gonna do now? What do I do now? What can I do now?
yeah. Oh, I
That's
can
where you grab your phone, you play a game, say you go on
imagine.
Instagram, even for 20 minutes.
Yes, I know, right? We can't even wait at a bus stop for the bus
Hmm.
to just look around, We are like, as soon as
Yeah.
as soon as I feel uncomfortable, I'm like, okay, let's see what's happening today. It's
Hmm.
it's
It's
really I don't like it at all. I don't
it's
like
almost
it.
like the newspaper back in the day. if you didn't want to talk to no one, you just grabbed the paper, whether you're reading it or not, and just held it up in front of your face.
That's great. Yes. Yes,
Nowadays it's just your telephone, right?
it is.
Instead of
It
a book
is.
or a magazine or a paper.
I remember I used to work for like 12 hours a day. And I'm just trying not to do that anymore. I'm trying to create free time, to have free time.
Hmm.
And it
That's the
turns
thing in
out,
this. Oh,
it, it,
go
it
ahead.
turns out I am doing the important things. I still have time for the important things.
Yeah, it's so important to take time for yourself. Like for the last 4 years, when I did take a vacation, I just took 30 days. I'm out of here, man. I'll call you when I get back, kind of thing, right? But
Yeah.
this year didn't pan out too well. I only get a week this time, but it's gonna be the best week ever, right? Like so.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Let me know how it goes, how it pans out, and
Oh yeah.
I'll
We'll
be.
send
I'll be
you a video message once we hear your song. I'll send you a little message, me and Jen there, and then let you know what we thought.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you, man. Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
I'm excited. I'm so happy. New music coming out. Once again, let the people know who you are, where we can find all your awesome merch, where we can buy you a coffee.
Yeah, so I'm Helena. I'm an independent artist, 100% independent, I should say.
Yes, yes.
And I make different types of music. I don't stick to one genre only. I'm releasing a new song. It's called Virgin Mary Syndrome. I'm releasing it this Friday, on Good Friday.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah, April 7th. And you can find my limited CDs or any merchandise, vinyl and stuff on my shop. It's shophelena.com. And if
Yes,
you
yes.
to be a part of the creative team and help me make the new album, you can jump on my coffee, send me some black, please, only black
Yeah, black
coffee.
coffee.
Yep, black coffee my
Well,
way. I love black coffee, so don't send a latte or anything like that. And
hmm.
I'll see you there. I hope so. Thank you
Oh,
so much for giving me the
yeah.
opportunity.
I'm always poking around your stuff, creeping you, checking out what you got going. But 100%, you do bounce around. There's something for everybody, which is amazing. You're very fortunate on how you can cover all the genres and cover them so well, man. Such an honor again. I'm always fanboy when you're on the show, but thank you
Oh,
once
thank
again for
you.
coming on.
I am honored. Thank you so much for having me again, and for always, whenever I have something new, you're like, "Oh, do you want to be on the show?" And you
I
always
know. I'm always.
to ask
Yeah.
me to connect. So thank you so much for that.
Mm. Always, as I said, you become family in this community, So I will always be bugging you from time to time, checking your music out and making sure everybody knows. Check her out. Fantastic music, man. And play it loud, play it proud. And we'll see you maybe this week when we're making hot sauce.